Hello and welcome everybody to part 8 of the Empire Total War Great Britain Darthmod Let's Play. We continue a turn on and we have been raided in New York. Or rather, the port has been raided. Don't know why they're telling me about that, to be honest. Castaway Mariner rescued, that's good. And we've also been raided here in India, in our newly gained French, or rather previous French colony. So now, as we push the French out of India, we've gained 2 fourth-rate ships of the line. And there we go. So the Mughal Empire is coming towards us with a sort of a reasonable force. My aim is still to kind of push down here if we can, and then wiggle our way around through the jungle to Hyderabad. Probably said terribly wrong, but that's where I'm sort of aiming for. Attack this port up here. But we are still replenishing all of our units here. So give it another turn or two and we should be right. But while that happens, I'm going to recruit some more East India Company infantry to bring along, if anything, to just leave behind at Katak while we push on. So we've already spread out. It's quite a sizable chunk of land. This actually, we control a large portion of the coast now, which you can see on the mini map here. You know how much we've gained. It's not a huge amount, but it's the startings. You know, we only need to take these territories here, and we're really taking a big chunk out of the Empire. And someone was saying that I haven't sent any trade to the Ivory Coast. Yes, I have. I'll be building up more trade fleets when I can, but as you can see, I'm now at war with France, so I'm trying to push them back as much as possible. I've sent my rake over across the channel, and we can see that there is no garrison, or rather no separate army rather defending Paris. It is just the garrison, which you can see denoted by all of these grey squares. So they will rally against us, and that'll be armed militia and what have you. So we'll have to watch out for them. But for now, I'm not doing anything about that. I'm not worrying too much. The French here have got a fleet of 5th rates, 6th rates, and brigs. Now, I now have 2 4th rates and 2 5th rates rather. But I still think I need a slightly bigger force. You know, if I'm going to take on their big ships, I've got enough to take. Well, I don't even match them sort of ship of the line for ship of the line yet. So I'm going to keep my navy in Portsmouth. If they come and attack me, that's fine. But if not, I will have to come deal with them. So meanwhile, we'll move my Protestant missionary around here to have a look at the Mughal Empire, which traded territory with the Iroquois, which is why they're both in really random places now. We're continuing up with this army here. We're going to go for Montreal. We're going to push against France and try and just remove them from kind of northern America. We'll come back and take them out at Louisiana, but they may well rebel. In fact, if I can take out Paris and Strasbourg from France, then France, I believe this happens. I may be wrong, but I'm pretty sure in previous campaigns, if you take out their European territories, all of their American ones seem to go independent. They rebel. So, you know, that would be useful. So let's build an army encampment here. That's the basic thing we can build at Philadelphia. And we're just going to have to hold and defend against the Iroquois, which will undoubtedly come for us. The Cherokee haven't come towards Williamsburg. I thought they may well do, but they haven't yet. They've taken Charleston, though, Carolinas. But Boston remains strong so far. And that's all good. And essentially that's all we can do for now. We're just kind of holding firm here. It's kind of one of those turns where we're just holding. I wanted to come down to the Bahamas and Jamaica actually. And did I ever build up that secondary port? I built one there. No, I didn't build one here. So this is something I need to make a priority. I need to build up that trade port ASAP here. because I'm losing out on quite a bit of potential trade. So we are going to go for an end turn, and we're going to watch India again. So yeah, and there we go. The end of the end turn there. Empiricism has been learnt. Smashing. Agent detected here. A thuggy. They're the Indian rake, and they're pushing toward me. In fact, with this force, they've got some bowmen, which I'm worried about, but doing all right. Copyright Act, smashing, and we can bring the East India Company troops over here to attack. And meanwhile, then, so let's get rid of. Should be 2 units that have no veterancy. There we go. Should be able to pull all the troops out with very little resistance. That will go down next turn, and we'll all be fine. So the army is ready to go. Bar these 2 units of grenadiers, but they're nearly fully replenished. They're nicely both sitting on 215, in fact. So I'm going to push down and try and destroy this sort of Mughal Empire reconnaissance force. But they're only 1,000 short of me, mainly because their bowmen have got 600 men in each. And we're going to attack. Going to fight this and push them back. Defeat them. A glorious victory it shall be. I will take this opportunity to just say thank you to all of you that hopefully are viewing these Let's Plays, and the new viewers, the new subscribers that are coming to my channel. And since the middle of last month, April, it's been a huge surge in the number of daily subscribers I'm getting to my channel. Sort of a lot higher than normal, which is absolutely fantastic. So to all of you new subscribers, welcome, and I hope you enjoy my content. If you haven't left a comment before, feel free to leave a comment now, and be sure to thumb up the video if you enjoy it. So yeah, just wanted to share that with you all. And I will say, new subscribers, if you haven't already, please do check out the Hear Me Roar vlog that I do pretty much every Sunday, because they have a lot of interesting channel information about them, and also some other cool stuff too. Especially, I would really ask that both new and old subscribers watch this coming Sunday's Hear Me Roar. By the time this video is uploaded, it may well be Sunday. So this Sunday's, I'm trying to think of what date it actually is. This Sunday. Let me have a quick look. The 5th. Yes, Sunday the 5th of May. Definitely watch that Hear Me Roar, because I'm going back to university for a bit next week, because I've got some exams. So if you want to know about uploads and what have you, definitely check that out. Plus you'll get to see my dog, which is always very exciting. Been meeting various members of my family the last few weeks. Girlfriend, my brother, and now my dog. So you're all doing well. Anyway, let's deploy these cannon. I want to deploy them just like so. And we're going to unlimber them here and start off with a merry assortment here. And these units, I'm just going to have to squish them together, to be honest, because I can't afford to have them all completely spread out, because there's not enough deployment. So we're just going to have to push all these guys along a little bit and just make them not as wide ranked. And we can start the deployment now, because as you can see, my cannons are free. Hopefully target all the camel nomads. That's where I want to go first, because if I can hit all the camel nomads, this is really going to hurt. Don't know why that cannon's facing off that way, but the shot went off this way. So I'll take it. Ow, that looked painful. That's a lot of dead camel. Absolutely devastating towards sort of cavalry troops. So I'm gonna push round like so. I'm not gonna get on the wall here, because that's kind of not where the formation's gonna go. So I'm gonna flank round with the grenadiers on this side. Here there is a wall, and it would be a good idea to get on it, which is what I'm gonna do here with my East India troop. Now you see, I've got to go for this part of the wall now. There we go. We're going to push up with them. And we've now got a good defensive barrier on the left flank. Enemy general's already dead. That's smashing. We're going to bring up the cavalry as well. Over here. I'm going to get my cannons to target this unit of camel gunners. We've sent the camel nomads fleeing. Killing nearly 50 of them so far. So we're going to aim for these guys here. While the rest of the enemy forces form up. They're hitting my troop with their own cannon now. But we're moving around and we're going for them. Which is good. Infantry here, a bit of a flank that we can employ here, which is good. And right in the middle, I know some of you will sort of say, you know, put some units in between. Thankfully these are range units, a lot of them. But even still, I will be looking to switch to canister when possible. All of them have started breaking already, which is absolutely fantastic. Going to go for a quick canister shot with the bowman here, but I don't think we're going to be able to do it, so we're going to go back to round shot and target the camel gunners if we can. Some of them have started firing, but we're charging in against the cannons now, and we're going to go in against the bowmen as well. Just watching the camel gunners, because I don't want to go up against them too much with my own cavalry, because they really don't like it. But we're now going to go after the bowmen, let my cannons hit the camel gunners and send them away. Here in the middle, don't even need to worry too much about pushing in with infantry, but we are going to push up with the grenadiers. Across like so. Oh no, I thought they'd put the bowmen on the wall, but no they haven't. We're just going to chase after them and just kill as many of them as possible, because there's large numbers of them now. And if we can kill a lot of them, that'd be great. But I've got to watch out for these camel nomads, which I'm retargeting my cannons on. But the enemy is in full retreat pretty much. And even with all my cavalry, all my 2 units of it, we're not going to have enough men to chase all of the enemy down. But we're going to continue at a fast forward speed and just see how many of them we can bring down. Chasing these off over here, we can't hit the rest of them, but a lot of damage done to the enemy, and sent them packing quite substantially. At least my cavalry should gain some rather nice veterancy. We've taken down these dervishes and bowmen quite a lot. My cannons not stop firing just in case they wanted to. And it's just this unit here that's trapped behind the red border, the group of them here. And they're down. And there we have it. Crushing defeat. I lost 32 while we managed to kill 1,261. Nearly half the no, actually nearly half the enemy. Yeah, there you go. Very close. Half the enemy annihilated. Their kills gained by the East India Company cavalry. You know, 1,000 nearly between them. Veterancy rightly gained for those units, and we sent them packing. And we're gonna chase after them. Won't be able to catch up to them till next time if they choose to stick around. This is a good solid army. I can see it going far. My general gaining traits and acclaim as well. So let's pop back over to Europe. Let's see what's going on here. Not much, to be honest. Not much went on here. In terms of other factions, Portugal rather Spain came in and attacked Porto, the port here, and then Portugal pushed 2 armies in. This larger one that now occupies it was the one that was victorious. An earlier army went in and was unsuccessful. But this army stormed forward and pushed this army back. Now let's come over to America, where the army from Quebec has actually moved south, so I can only assume that that means that they've come to try and defend Montreal. But again, they've not made it here in time. Guys, scouts, they've got good accuracy. I'm going to demand a surrender. It's refused, so we are going to assault them because I have cannon. Plus, this is my army full of my custom-named regiments. So we're going to get to see them all in action. I'm not naming any extra regiments this time, but keep sending the names for regiments in, especially for cavalry and artillery regiments. And I think I'll do it every couple of parts. I'll name some more regiments before starting. But today I wanted to push on, get some done, and I know a lot of you have already been asking for another 1 hour special, so I will say that this part, when this part reaches 1,000 thumbs up, I will do another hour special. So this one, part 8. When part 8 reaches 1,000 likes, there'll be another 1 hour special. So whenever that is down the road, whichever sort of next part I come to record, that will be the hour special. So spam this one around, send it to your friends, get them to just thumb it up. If they've got a YouTube account, they can do it for you. You know? Send it round. Right, so we've got to push through this town, which is a bit annoying because it's not ideal, especially for setting up cannon. I'm going to try and set up my cannon here to start with. And then these two are going to form up like so. And then these other two here are going to push over like so. We're going to bring the tribal auxiliary over like so. Just warming up with the infantry now. Or they are getting there anyway. I'm going to aim to hammer the Farlock citizenry. Now with my cavalry, I'm going to form up on the right flank, and we're going to try, while they're sort of hitting the infantry from the front, try and flank them with cavalry on the rear. I'm going to push up with my rangers as well on this right flank. Who have we got here? The 35th Sussex and 501st Imperials. 8th Shrewsbury moving up here. The 9th Winchester. The South Essex. The tribal auxiliary about to start firing at the Coureurs de Bois. And we're going to charge in with them in melee. These guys are light infantry. Just watching all these various troops. They've been pushed back by a volley, the Farlock citizenry. And what have we got going on here? Scouts, looks like they're setting up to place stakes. Perhaps. We're going to charge the both units of scouts here. And my Night's Watch Rangers are also firing on them too. So it's a huge mess really here. We're going to charge in against the native bowman auxiliary. We've charged in with the mounted tribal auxiliary. And we're absolutely slaughtering them. We're going to go after the Farlock citizenry now as well. Pushing up with infantry. South Essex in position, giving a good strong volley against the garrison militia. And it looks like this battle is pretty much over before it even started. I'm going to continue though, because we can absolutely decimate these guys. Although in this case, when it's a siege, I don't think we need to. But sometimes they can pull back, so we're just going to charge and kill as many of them as possible. Finishing them all off with cavalry. They made it across the line for freedom, safety. And there we go, the last few of them going down. The mounted tribal auxiliary, again, doing absolutely smashingly. Henry's irregulars sustaining a few losses, not as many as this unit here. Actually, they've lost the least out of all of them. They've done good. Mainly because these guys are shooting in front of each other and killing each other. That's why. That's the problem. Bloody auxiliary, stop shooting in front of each other. There we go, heroic victory. Let's come back to the main title. And there we have the results. 126 lost. But that shows that I really did have a lot of friendly fire there, because it says that the enemy only managed to kill 3. So a lot of that from my tribal auxiliary, shooting each other in the back there. Not so good. If we actually look at who lost who, it was a regiment of horse, which probably got caught up with some friendly fire, but that is terrible. I need to watch that in the future. Don't deploy them together, because they will shoot each other. Or I should take them off fire at will when I go to charge in. But in terms of kill, mounted horse, tribal auxiliary, and yeomanry, cavalry did very well there again. Smashing stuff, and Quebec, or not Quebec, Montreal rather, is now ours. And there's that army I was talking about that's coming towards us. We've now got Montreal, and we'll repair and replenish that next time. I want to take Quebec. That's their force essentially in the north. I mean, they've got this fort up here, but it's not particularly well garrisoned or doesn't pose a major threat. For now, I'm just going to hold with this army here. Not much I really need to do, apart from bringing my priest here. But it's already 100% Protestant. Nice. So that's okay. We'll try and bring a small force there at some point. I could bring the Hessian line infantry down from the Moose factory. Yes, I can actually. So I will actually try and push around with just those 2 units, see if we can take down the enemy. I may need to give a Hanover. How have Hanover got the York factory? That's some really, the AI does some really interesting trades with the various nations. But that's where I'm going to end it for now, guys. A short part, I know, but I'm going to try and do kind of more sort of around this time. But all the more an incentive to push for those 1 hour specials. So yes, if this part 8 gets 1,000 likes, I will do another 1 hour special of this Empire Total War Let's Play. But as I said previously, be sure to tune in tomorrow or rather Sunday the 5th of May, whenever that is, for my Hear Me Roar vlog, because there's a lot of information in there about when I'm going to be uploading over the next week. And also there's going to be an announcement of a competition which will be started very soon as well. There'll be prizes. So that's all for me for now in India, Europe and America. I hope you've enjoyed. Comment, rate, subscribe, thumb up this video. See you all again soon.